Take 3, because I'm self-conscious. So, let me try and get a good frame of mind. Okay, so with the Sons of the Forest videos that I recently uploaded or downloaded or whatever the fuck, I was talking the entire time. However, due to I don't fucking know, the videos didn't pick up my speaking of my shitty, lispy fucking voice and me going 10,000 times because of postnasal drip, and I still continue to smoke. I don't know why. I'd rather not talk about it. So I'm going to try and figure that out while trying to enunciate while I fucking speak. So I don't listen to the video, delete it, and say, hey, this is the 18th time that I'm making this video. It's really words like video. So I can hear myself pronouncing the D. But because it's so light, and because, I have this bassiness in my skull, which is how you hear yourself talk. You don't hear yourself from your outer ear. You hear it within. It travels through little tubes, and that's how you hear it. But when it comes out, what people hear is me just saying video. Like video. Like I'm not, like there's no consonant in the middle of the word. So I learned just a couple of fucking minutes ago that I need to emphasize those consonants so that I don't sound like I don't know. Because the word I was thinking of saying was could be taken offensively. So, I don't want to fucking offend anyone. I don't like talking like this either, because I'm like remembering, oh shit, I have to, go. So, I'm going to figure out the audio. I'm going to give some tips right now about building in the forest and some build sites that you can consider. If you want if you want a home base, I hate calling it a home base. You want to build a house without mutants, coming to your doorstep and annoying the shit out of you. I say mutants, but when I say mutants, just know that I mean cannibals, tribe leaders, anything that's, an enemy. Build in the mountains where there's snow. Because for some fucking reason, mutants don't like going up there. Guess who also doesn't like going up there? Me, while I'm transporting fucking logs, because A, it gets fucking cold, and B, it's a fucking hassle. You can build a zip line to send logs up there. However, you have to find a flat place that they'll drop. Otherwise, they'll just roll all the way down the fucking mountain. The lack of game up there makes it hard to find meat, and the lack of mutants makes it hard to become a psychotic fucking cannibal. So what you're gonna have to do is plant shit. News from, me. The snow will stick to your house. It will land on your house. It will land on your flower pot. Your plants will not grow, so you can't farm up there either. So your best bet is to, I guess just fucking find, there's a campsite up there that has MREs. You just go up there, save reload, and get as many MREs as you can, build a shelf, put them on the shelf if you can. I don't know if you can. I don't think you can, because you can't actually hold them. So, you could probably do that. The drying racks, meat will still go bad on the drying racks, unfortunately. It's not like the forest, so you can't, save meat for later. You can't eat Kelvin, so, don't do that, or don't try to do that. If Victoria still visits you up there, she might bring you shit, but you can't. She's not that reliable. Sometimes she'll bring you a fucking stick. So, if you want a place where mutants won't really attack you as much, there's two options. You can build in a big field. Mutants will attack, but they will not attack in big numbers. Or build in the forest, cut down a bunch of trees, don't break down the stumps. The more rendering that needs to happen, the less likely they're going to spawn. If you don't cut down the trees, the rendering is a lot easier because there's not, little snippets to try and make it, the pieces of broken bark and all that stuff is a lot harder to render than just, a straight line of fucking brown, because there's not that many polygons that go into it versus the polygons that go into making something have detail. So that's also an option. If you're going to do that, make sure it's by water. Another problem with building in the snow, unless you're by a river, which there's not many, because everything's fucking frozen. Water. You can't collect water using a tortoise shell because A, there's no tortoises in the game, and B, the turtles' shells, you can't do anything with them. I don't even know if you can get them, to be honest. I killed a turtle and felt really bad about it, and I couldn't do anything. So, if you're gonna build anywhere, make sure it's near a river, so you can refill your canteen if you have a canteen. If you don't have a canteen, it's just so you can go over there and drink. Unless you have sodas and you're at a place where sodas respawn and shit. Sorry, I'm fucking tired. Another good place to build is the beach. The reason why the beach is a good place is A, it's the end point of most rivers, so there's likely a river near you. B, it's flat land, so it's a lot easier to build. The only problem is that it's not near trees. So Calvin has this thing. He needs to be near you, and you need to be near trees. You need to have at least, I'm going to say, 75 feet, because I don't get meters. But you have to be at least 75 feet from trees, approximately, for Calvin to actually go ahead and cut them down, take the logs, and bring them to you, or wherever your instructions are. He's not the greatest, but he's better than what you had in the forest, because in the forest you had fucking no one, unless you had a buddy, and you and your buddy are cutting shit down for fucking hours, just trying to make a fucking church or whatever the fuck. Another thing to note, animal traps, not really worth it. They made sense in the forest because you had to, you got fur from rabbits and you got meat from rabbits. In this game, there's mostly squirrels. I haven't killed a rabbit yet, so I don't know if there is fur that comes with them. I'm gonna go ahead and just assume nah. So deer are the only things you can get fur from. You also get 3 pieces of meat from them, so that's good. But deer won't show up near your place if you build in the woods. They will actually purposely not. They'll turn around if they're heading straight towards your house. I'm in my car. Another issue with building in the woods, at the beach, and in the snow. There's always gonna be issues. If you're trying to play the game and you're playing it immersively, turning structural damage on and actually dying, which I'm playing like that, except structural damage is not on. There's a reason behind that, and I'll explain in just a second. So, if you're building with the structural damage on, eventually the aggression levels rise, they don't go down, and they send big red people to fuck with you. They'll start breaking down all your shit. I've seen it where one of the red guys fucked up someone's house so bad that the house exploded, killing not only the red guy, but also killed the person that was trying to kill him, because he was right next to him, attacking him. So that's an issue. And they'll destroy your shit too. And they'll try and steal your logs if your logs are like left out and not inside of a log holder. They'll also like try and steal your kill. I've seen that. That was weird. Calvin will eat your like animals if you leave the meat out. He'll do an animation where it looks like he's eating out of a dish, but what's actually happened is he just deleted whatever meat you left on the floor. You can use the head of the leaders, or not the leaders. You can use the heads of other enemies to scare the cannibals. The mutants can't see. None of them have eyes. 0 of them actually have eyes. So you can't scare them. You can't, trick them like you could in the forest. So your best bet to deal with mutants, like actual mutants, cave mutants, as I call them, is to just stab the shit out of them with your little stabby stick. If they get too close, you might be in trouble using the stabby stick. So I just attack them with my axe. It's the easiest thing to do. It's not a modern axe. It's a starting axe, but it still does a decent amount of damage to the point where you don't have to really worry about not killing things. Once the figures people start getting involved, or they just start fucking appearing, that's when you need to start worrying, because they can ram your shit. There's also a guy, is like 2 people, it's like a cat dog, but like longer. If you don't know what cat dog is, be older. But it's like cat dog, and he just fucking cartwheels around, and he can just keep knocking you down. It's fucking brutal and annoying. Took off all my goddamn creepy armor, which you can get from mutants. Just cut it off them. Yeah, unfortunately, kind of like in the forest, the armor comes off if they deal enough damage. And they also wear armor now. So, like back then, yeah, they wore armor, but it didn't really do anything. Now they wear armor, and you have to actually knock the armor off before you do any significant damage. It's kind of annoying. They kind of pick it up from you. Because I didn't wear bone armor at all. No one was wearing bone armor. They were just wearing creepy armor. Until I started wearing bone armor, then they started wearing bone armor. So I started wearing leaf armor to fuck with them. I started wearing leaf armor, and I started fucking just massacring them, because the leaf armor is the weakest. In terms of, food and shit, obviously cooking and eating the cooked food is probably the best. Gives you the most food thing or whatever. The MRE gives you about half. The energy bar gives you about like a little bit less than half. For soda, I think it fills up your thirst meter all the way. Drinking from your canteen fills up about halfway. You get about 4 drinks out of it, so drink wisely. Same thing with the Reverie, gives you about half, so just drink twice, you're good to go. Your stamina is based on how well you're taking care of yourself. So your stamina can be full if all your bars are full. If all your bars are slightly low, your stamina can still be full, but it starts to drain as those icons start to drain. I don't know how your strength works. I think your strength works more when you eat while fighting. Once your health starts going down, your strength goes down, which is stupid. It makes sense, but it's stupid. And when your stamina goes down, your strength also goes down. So you want to keep an eye on that. Hiding doesn't work, so don't try that. The only things you can hide from are the cave people. But eventually you're going to run into one that's just, walking around. They can hear you. So, when you crouch, they can't hear you. But if you fucking touch one of them, or if you one-shot one of them, for some reason they all find out. And it's just annoying after that. So, there's that little lesson. 14 minutes better than my last video. I stopped enunciating because it's fucking tiring. Also, when I say video, it sounds like I say video to you guys. It's fucking annoying. What else can I tell you guys? All fucking 62. The apparel doesn't really matter. And tech armor is the longest lasting armor, I would say. It takes a couple of hits to take it off, and you can't just pick it up. But it takes a couple of hits to take it off. The creepy armor is the second best. I prefer the creepy armor because it's easier to get. Tech armor, you have to go to a 3D printer and print it out. And it's just costly to make. Like, you use a lot of your resources. It's not like I'm using them in anything special anyway, but it'd be nice to just have something it doesn't break. I'm gonna comment on N Knight's community hub because they're taking suggestions and they do respond. They may not respond like with a comment or reply to you, but they will respond by introducing things to the game, i.e. Farkit talking about how, like, he made a video called Things I Want to See in Sons of the Forest, where when you're walking on like flat wood, sometimes your guy would like trip or whatever. Like, not trip, but he would, like, you'd have to jump over it. If you place logs on the ground, you also had to jump over it. Now you don't have to. That's just one thing. The building is a little bit different. I don't know if it's because of Farkit. Probably not. But the building's different, so it's a lot better because you can really custom build it. Right now it's a little rudimentary. I'm assuming that there's plans to rework it just so it fits a little bit better for people who like to build these extravagant homes. But I'm going to message them about maybe having a set of armor that's kind of standard that you can find after doing something, not really crazy, but doing something that is a little tedious so that you can get it, so that you have like a general armor that doesn't break. I think that would be best, only because you keep raising the aggression. So like I said, the aggression doesn't go down, but because it doesn't go down, you have to go scavenge for more armor, and you don't really need the armor if you're a good fighter, but I need the armor because I'm not a good fighter. I don't really have good melee weapons. I just have a shit ton of rounds that I can just, put into these mutants, but eventually those run out. I think it'd be nice if, there's like a uniform that you can pick up that has like a general armor rating. And it could be weak as fuck, but just make it non-destructible. And, let's say it ignores about 10% of all damage. That'd be fantastic. Stop people who play in hardcore mode from dying so fucking easily. It would stop the twins from fucking you up, like, quick, too, because they hit you, you don't get a chance to react. That's how I died the one time that I died. And when I died, I just wound up in a fucking cannibal camp, and they had me tied up. Just cut myself out and murdered all of them. But, yeah, I think that would probably be best, to have, like, a perma armor that ignores about 10% of damage. But like I said, to get this armor, it can't be too easy. It has to be something tedious. Because, you're literally picking up an infinite armor buff if they decide to make that a thing. But the tediousness shouldn't come from being inside of a cave. That's annoying. I think the tediousness should come from it being on an island somewhere. There's a beacon, there's a little baby island. You have to swim over there. There's sharks, and on the island there's like a fingers or something. It's just walking around, and the armor is on it's in like a big case, I guess. Like, I don't know. I'll try and give it to them, see what they think. Like I said, the game is in early access, so they're still working on shit. They're still adding shit. So hopefully they'll take that suggestion. If you're playing it, you're obviously on Steam, unless you're pirating it. If you have it on Steam, I would suggest going into the community hub, throwing your ideas out there. Try to elaborate, give them some detail, give them some thought. Make sure that it sounds like something that would fit into the game atmosphere. Like the thing that I'm mentioning with the armor, that fits into the game atmosphere. They did something similar, not with perma armor, but with new structures, where they added 3 blueprints that you could find in the forest at one point that weren't in the initial game during release, and they weren't part of a DLC that came out later on. It was much later on that it actually came out. And I actually have some videos on that I'll put in another video. I'll literally flood the page. I'm going to flood the last 3 seconds of the page with no, I'm not going to do that. It's a lot of work. But I'll post them as a clickable in my next video, because now I can do that with the computer. Yeah. Like I said, if you have any suggestions, go in the community hub, let your voice be heard. And Knight's really good about that sort of thing. They're a small developer team, so us giving them suggestions, it's not like, they need suggestions. They use the community page for anything that, you notice could either be changed, or if there's any bugs. That's what it's mainly for, but I'm sure they're open to suggestions from the community that, plays their games and enjoys their games. They have 2 games I know of. The Forest and Sons of the Forest. They're both great games. I'm glad that, I found out when I found out. I'm glad that, I had a friend help me buy a $900 laptop, which I paid them back, so I can play that. That's literally the only reason why I bought it. I played that. I played fucking another game, Viscera Cleanup, but you can't use a controller. The controller thing doesn't work, even though it says that it's supposed to. You can't actually use it. So, and Viscera Cleanup isn't as fun as it looked while watching other people play it. But yeah, I'm gonna keep thinking of shit that I can let them know about. In terms of glitches, and in terms of stuff that would kind of make the game, a little bit more bearable. Like increasing the light distance of your lighter. We like real games, most people, but we don't want them so real that it takes away from the game. Like Red Dead Redemption, fantastic game. Very good story, very good gameplay mechanics. The issue is how slow it was, because you are A, running at a regular speed, B, you only have enough stamina as a real person would fucking have, C, everything's so drawn out, D, you don't make a lot of money, E, there's not really much to do in general. You can't rob a train, you can rob a store, kind of. You can't rob a bank. All the shit that we wanted in Red Dead Redemption, you can't do in Red Dead Redemption 2, because Rockstar doesn't give a shit. Rockstar's like, we have this idea for a game, we made this game, and that's it. Enjoy. Now, this isn't a rant towards Rockstar, though. This is about M. Night's Sons of the Forest. The guns are great. The shotgun's great. There's just shit that I had to go through to get the shotgun attachments. Wasn't great. I think they should, if they can, scale back the facilities. Yes, it's nice to, find a place where it's like, oh, this is kind of modern. The issue with it, though, is that some of these places are fucking huge. Really big. The last one that you have to go through to get to the door, that's fine. Keep that. That's perfect. The way that it is, it's great. Don't even worry about it. My issue is with that one flood part where nothing actually mattered. It didn't even matter to be in there. You didn't get anything. You didn't learn anything. It's just flooded. Having to get all that shit just to get a shovel, kind of fucking annoying. Also, zero indication that that's how that goes. Just fucking nothing. people had to find this out by playing it. That's fucking annoying. So there's some things that anyway, I'm talking too much. I'm gonna make another video, maybe tonight, maybe not. It's 11:50. I do need to go to sleep because I have work at 8:50. Well, I'm leaving at 8:50. But if I have the gall, I'll make another video, a little quickie, show you my place. I started in the mountains. I think I should add that because I'm not gonna go to the fucking mountains in the game again. But I started in the mountains. I woke up on the beach, got kicked in the face, and then I started in the mountains. I don't think I actually appeared on the beach. I never actually saw that scene because I skipped shit. So I started in the mountains. Kelvin was there, obviously. And it was a long way down because I didn't want to build up there. I was like, absolutely fucking not. This is not where I'm doing this. I also don't like building close to the mountain because of the forest. Close to the mountain is where the elephant man, fucking Armsy, the girl thing, the female thing that's got like 10,000 legs or whatever, all those motherfuckers were there. And that was horrifying. So I don't build close to the mountain. It's obviously different, but it's just how I feel. So I'll make a video showing my place, showing my setup. It's not as good as the forest. I still have some work to do in the forest. It may be a game of the past, but there's still shit that I want to get done in it. There's still an achievement I want to get. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. But yeah, also, I appreciate people watching my videos, but I would really enjoy it if you guys can comment with some tips or whatever the fuck you guys say. Like, I'm a very opinionated person. I talk a lot in my videos. I'm not gonna change my opinions, but I would really appreciate if I got some feedback. There's some people that commented when I was thinking about just stopping my YouTube channel altogether. And they're like, oh, we really do like the videos. And, it's like, alright, thanks. I guess I won't stop. But, the lack of communication, it's like I'm just putting things on YouTube and I don't know what people think of it. Because no one likes or dislikes. I mean, my Unravel video got 2 likes. I know people like Unravel, but I have so many fucking videos of those, it's hard to keep track of. That's why I haven't uploaded all of them. But I need to know what people are thinking. Because if I'm making these Sons of the Forest videos and people aren't liking them for a specific reason, if it's a reason that I can adjust, then I can adjust. No problem. If I'm talking too much or, if I don't do enough action, I can adjust that. I can understand that. I mean, with the action thing, I'm not a crazy person in terms of, survival horror where I just want to attack everything. However, I gotta know. This page is never gonna be monetized. I'm never gonna monetize it. Unless the audience, if the audience says, we want a poll on whether or not we want it monetized, I mean, you wouldn't really care. It wouldn't really affect you, except it would throw ads in the way, which is fucking annoying. But if you guys are like, oh, you should monetize it so you can get some better equipment, record a little bit more, I can understand that. But from my point of view, as of right now anyway, I'm never going to monetize it. If I had the subscribers and the fucking watch time to monetize it, I still wouldn't fucking monetize it. That's not why I have a YouTube channel. It's not to make money. I'm not going to, use basic Marc and, that's as what people know me as. No, I'm pretty sure you guys know me as, hey, it's that guy that makes shitty videos on YouTube. But that doesn't matter. It's on a monetized page. It's a page where you can watch some shitty gameplay and kind of be okay with it. I think Farket's the same way. I don't think his shit's monetized. Or maybe it is. I think it might be. I do remember ads just before his videos, so it is a little monetized. It's not like crazy monetized like some of these motherfuckers. But that's just why I want, the comments and stuff so I can, make this stuff. I want to be appreciated. That's all. I understand people appreciate the shit that I make, but it's nicer to actually see it like, proactively versus just views on a thing, because you be watching it as background music while you're, making love to your partner, or, while you're taking a shit. I don't know. I don't know what my videos are used for, but if you're actually enjoying it, just be like someone suggested that I put a little bit more in the description. So instead of just writing some basic shit, unless it's like a full story playthrough, I'll write what I can remember from that video. I don't do it on PlayStation because it's fucking annoying, because, the little pop-up keyboard, but the things I'm doing on the computer are a lot better. A lot better. It's so much easier to write more shit. Like, you'll notice that in the Sons of the Forest videos, like, there's an actual description. And I can add those little pegs at the end so you can, like, look at the other videos. And, I have a little subscribe thing so people can subscribe, so that I'll have more motivation to make better videos. I try my best now, but with more subscribers, it'll give me like another boost where I'm just like, all right, now I have to entertain a plethora of people versus, the people that just like my original shit. How I keep it original without, pushing away the new people. This is how I'm going to do it, and then I do it. I know you guys like series, so I know you guys like, Let's Plays, as they're fucking called, which is fucking annoying. I'm never gonna have that. It'll never say, Basic Marc, Let's Play, Fuckface 3D or whatever the fuck. It's just gonna be the name of that fucking game, and it's gonna say part 1, part 2. Whenever there's a part, it's a playthrough. If there's no part and it's just something wacky, it's just a clip, or it's just something that I did. It could be like the Sons of the Forest. It's not going to be a full playthrough. It's going to be just me doing shit, trying to make everything better. The whole point of the forest, to me, is not survival horror. It's survival and building a cool-ass place and one-shotting enemies. That's all I care about. I would make it so I'm invincible and they're weak as fuck just so I could one-shot enemies. I'm not going to do that because that kind of takes away my enjoyment of being like, wow, I'm about to get my ass kicked. But then, I pull out the shotgun. Everyone. My fofo makes sure all those mutants don't, grow or exist anymore, for that matter, because they eat them or burn them alive. I'm fucking rambling. The name of this video is going to be rambling, or yapping and mumbling and carrying on. Be prepared. Well, you're going to see that before, but as of right now, I'm going to be prepared. I'm preparing myself to remember everything that I just said about what the title is going to be.